Engage. What do you think? I make all of these. I design them, make them. They're steel bone corsets. There's a lot of steel inside these things. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. Check this out. This is Ant's Super Cinema. G'day guys, by the way, I'm Iski and welcome to Ant's Super Cinema. Welcome to my video as well. And check this out, I'm building this on YouTube. It is probably the most in-depth home cinema DIY build on YouTube. And the goal with this is to build a $150,000 looking cinema for pennies, basically, to show people you don't have to spend all of this money to get something amazing. I mean, look at these seats here, the genuine leather. They look brand new. They look new when I got them. Where do you think I got them from? The dump. Yep, the dump. They're awesome, and the reason why they were thrown out is because they just needed new recliner mechanisms, you know? These things here, basically all I'm doing is getting other ones from the dump, pulling them off other recliners from the dump and just sticking them on. There you go, just stuff like that. All of the materials that I'm using, look at this. This is going to be a magnetic Starfield ceiling. It's going to be the most in-depth Starfield ceiling that you've probably ever seen. And I got all of this stuff from the dump as well. And it's going to be eventually covered in black velvet, double velvet, and it's going to look incredible. The last thing that I've actually made is this riser. You can see here it's a curved riser. It's 5 videos long in my playlist. If you're interested in seeing that, check it out. Please subscribe, by the way, but bring your popcorn. Oh, by the way, talking about popcorn, I was going to say bring your popcorn, because this is a long tutorial on how to build how I built this riser. But speaking about popcorn, check that out. Found that the other day. It's a popcorn machine, and it works. And it's not exactly what I'm after. I'll probably end up buying a popcorn machine. I wanted something bigger, but hey, it's a popcorn machine. You can't leave a popcorn machine at the dump, right? It's just going to go in landfill. Anyway, this video is more about this. It's actually a bit of a boring video maybe, but hey, listen, it's home cinema related. I don't find anything boring when it comes to home cinema related videos. But this here is an older projector. This is an EH-TW6000. And it is amazing. It's actually a really, really good video. And anyway, you might remember I made a video, when was it? It was probably 3 months ago, where a mate of mine, Kevin, basically bought an EH-TW9400. Now that projector is also called the 6050 UB. That's what I'm going to refer to it as in this video. It's just easier to say. But yeah, he bought that projector. He gave it to me. We did an unboxing right here on the floor. I've got that video in my playlist. It's also, we set it up and I did an initial thoughts video where I played some footage on this 150-inch screen. And yeah, that video has become one of my it's the second most popular video that I've ever made. And I've got a lot of subscribers because of that video. So thank you to everyone that subscribed because of that. Love yous. Now, the deal is, I actually built the shelf up here to house that projector because he loaned it to me for 3 weeks. So I built this temporary projector here, and this temporary shelf. And yeah, so once I had to give it back, I just stuck my old projector up there, which is an EH-TW4500. And I love this thing. I'm used to it again. I'm used to it. I love the quality of the picture that I get out of that. Now I'll just let you know that the throw distance between that projector and the screen is 6.5 meters. And like I said, that's a 150-inch screen. Eventually you can see there's a screen frame behind that. It's going to be a fixed screen frame that hinges to the Starfield ceiling, and that will be 180 inches. And that'll mask down to a 170-inch scope screen. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is Kevin loaned me that projector. I gave it back. I went over to his house to put it on his ceiling. He couldn't do it because he just had his hip replaced. So what I had to do is take his old one off his ceiling, and his old one was that one. But before I took it off the ceiling, I said to him, mate, let's actually just turn it on, play a bit of footage. We played a bit of Tron just so I could, we could both get we could compare it to the 6050 when I put that up there. So we did, we watched some Tron. Oh man, I was blown away with this thing. I couldn't believe how good it was. And anyway, we put, I put the other one on. I put the 6050 up, like 15-20 minutes it took me to change them over, and we played the 6050, and honestly there was a bit of silence. No one was game to say anything, because honestly I didn't see a hell of a lot of difference in the picture quality. I didn't want to, I actually, in the end I said, so what do you think, mate? It was maybe a 20-second, 30-second gap before I said anything. I said, what do you think, you happy with it? And he was kind of nodding, and he said it's sharper. So he saw the difference in the sharpness. I didn't really, and that's because this projector is, his projector was only 4 meters away from a 120-inch screen. So yeah, I didn't see it, to be honest with you. But what I was mainly, that's with the sharpness, I couldn't really tell too much difference. But what I did see, well, what I was actually looking for was the difference in contrast, the picture quality with the contrast, and I didn't see too much difference. And honestly, there is a reason. Well, Kevin's cinema is all white. It's all white. There's just white walls everywhere, and his ceiling is white. So there's a lot of light bouncing around, and that's what we put it down to. So we are both going to get in his cinema. I'm actually going to be doing this on my channel as well. We're going to be doing a full-on rebuild in his cinema. We're going to be putting curtains up. We're going to be putting a Starfield ceiling up as well, and it's going to have, be double velvet, black double velvet, and it's going to look amazing. So I reckon once that happens, it's going to fix things up. Now, when I had his 6050 up there, I'm pretty sure the contrast was a lot better than what it was in his room, and I told him that. So anyway, but I came away from that experience being really impressed with this 6000, this EH-TW6000. Now that was 3 months ago, but 2 weeks ago I said to him, mate, do you mind if I borrow it? Your old projector? I really want to play some 3D. And I don't know if you noticed up here, I don't think I showed you, look at all these Blu-rays. Kevin's a massive 3D fan as well. He said, bloody oath, mate, here, just grab all of these movies, grab the projector. I'm not using it, it's just sitting on the side. So I did, I grabbed it, and I tried to set it up. You can see there, I built that shelf for it. And you can see here, I've actually put some rails, some framing pine there. Like I said, that's all temporary. This is all going to be redone when the cinema gets, more completed. But I thought I'd just screw that shelf to these rails, and I did. Took me about an hour. Set it all up. I don't have footage of me doing it, but I do have a couple of photos, and it looked really, really nice, and I was stoked. But then I turned it on. And do you think I could get the bloody picture on my screen? No way in hell. I could only get half the image on the screen. I couldn't believe it. I was like, come on. And I got some framing pine, and I was chocking up the rear legs of this thing, so I was on an angle. It looked like it was going to slide out, and it just wouldn't. I couldn't get it angled down far enough, and I couldn't understand why. So I knew it didn't have lens shift, but I thought there's got to be a way. I mean, I pulled it off Kevin's ceiling, but it turns out the only way you can get the picture on the screen is if the projector is upside down on the ceiling. Oh, you're serious? I was actually asking friends on, Facebook forums, and they're saying, yeah, dude, it's ridiculous, but that's what you have to do. So basically, I couldn't watch it on that, so what I did is I grabbed that coffee table just there. I stuck it in front of my captain's chair. By the way, this is my Enterprise D configuration. This is the same kind of configuration as the Enterprise in Next Generation. Captain Picard would be sitting in that center seat up there. And yeah, I've made this basically so I'm building so I can move the steps on this riser, so I can have a center step, or I can push these seats together and have a step just on the side or on both sides, etc. If you're interested, I've got heaps of videos of me explaining that. But yeah, so I had to put that coffee table all the way up against this thing. I couldn't even sit in the chair, but I finally got the image on there, and I was thoroughly impressed. Like, I was like, oh man, that looks amazing. although I didn't think it looked as sharp as my projector, which is weird because they're both 1080p. But anyway, I got to see it and I thought to myself, yeah, it is worth actually buying a mount. So I went out and bought a mount, or at least I bought it on eBay. It cost me 24 bucks. So that's what this video is going to be about, guys. I'm going to basically mount this upside down underneath that shelf, temporary shelf, so that we can have two projectors. And the cool part is I'm going to run two different HDMI cables, so I can actually, I can toggle between each projector via my receiver over here. So that's a really cool thing to do. But at the end of this, I'm going to do a time lapse of me installing this, but we can't finish the video without playing a little bit of footage, right? So I'll actually do a bit of footage. Hey, listen, we'll do a bit of a comparison, I reckon. Maybe a comparison between that projector and this 4500 projector that I love so much. So why not? I think that'd make it more interesting. So let's get into it. Oh man, what a terrible design. This is just the worst projector mount I could have got, I think. It was the most popular one on eBay. They'd sold hundreds, if not thousands of them. And look at this. I can only attach 3 of these struts to the projector. This third one, it's too short. I mean, how crazy is that? They give you basically 2 of these. Well, it comes with 2 long ones and 2 short ones at the back. But they do throw an extra long one in with all the screws and things. But that's all they do. They only throw 1. So that's, oh man, I want to swear something shocking. fuck. I was so pissed. So that sucks. But having said that, it's still incredibly solid, so that's going to be fine. But I don't know how this is going to go. I'm going to try my best. Oh man, like, I didn't realise it was going to hang down that far from the underside of that shelf. But it'll be okay. It'll be fine. Anyway, I'm going to see if I can get this up there now. I'm going to have to plant it perfectly in the centre. So I think I've got that about right. Anyway, we'll see how we go. Well, there you go. Finally, it's up. It didn't take too long. I reckon that probably took 10 minutes to position and get right, considering it's only, you know, being held on by 3 legs. And don't worry, it's really secure. It's not going anywhere. But I'm very happy with that, although the mount is still shit. Hey, what do you expect for 24 bucks? But anyway, let's have a look. Computer, lights. If I just move over here, straight away the blues are just jumping out at me. The vibrancy of that colour is incredible compared to mine. But you know, we'll save it for tonight. We'll come back in a few hours and play a few movies, see what you think. But right now I'm loving it. I really am. I still love my other projector. Have a look at the ceiling. Check that out. Oh, look at it. It's like a mirror. But anyway, it won't be like that for long. Wait until I've got my raging Milky Way happening above, eh? But I'll see you in a bit and we'll play some movies. Okay, and we're back. And guess what? It's 3.5 months later. Believe it or not, that was 3.5 months ago when I installed this projector that we're watching right now. And that happens with a lot of my videos. So please, if you're new to my channel, get used to it. I start a video and then I'll finish it sometime, you know, somewhere down the line. But I actually want to upload this video tomorrow or sometime this week. So let's kind of knock it on its head and just play a bit of footage, I guess. So yeah, this is my mate's projector. The thing is, I used this projector, I reckon, for 6 weeks. And yeah, it was great. I really did like using it. It was a bit of a novelty having such a bright projector. And the colours being a lot more vibrant than my projector. But yeah, the thing is, the same thing happened when I was using his 6050 UB. It had the brighter image, it had the nicer colors, the more saturated, vibrant colors as well. But whenever I watched something with the black bars, it just ruined it because the black bars didn't look black. Yeah, it's a weird thing. And the funny thing is, anytime I would watch a movie, there'd be black bars. Like if I'm looking at it seen like this, it looks great. I don't really think of anything, but I'm not focusing on anything. I'm just kind of thinking that that's a really nice picture. The blacks look good and so forth. But whenever there was black bars, I would actually kind of look at the black bars and I would kind of compare that black bar to other parts of the image, you know, where the contrasty bits were. And I found that was just annoying me. You know, it was ruining the whole movie going experience. So yeah, I decided to switch back to my projector. So that was 6 weeks. I used it for 6 weeks. And the funny thing is, as soon as I switched back to my projector, even though the picture wasn't as bright and it wasn't as vibrant, yeah, I got used to it so fast. Within, you know, the first night, I was loving my projector again. And the funny thing is that when I was watching this projector, the amount of times I wished I was watching my projector was almost constant, you know. I was always wanting to know what that particular scene would look like on my projector, the 4500. But as soon as I did change back to my projector, the 4500, there wasn't a single time, like I've been using my projector now for 6 weeks, there hasn't been a single time where I've been even curious or even tempted to switch back to this projector, even though I know it's brighter and has better colors. So yeah, I guess that says something more about me than anything, and that's probably that I'm willing to sacrifice, you know, brightness and colors for a deeper contrasty image. I watched that Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man movie last night. Is it called Homecoming or something like that? And all through the movie, I was just flipping out about the image quality that my projector, the 4500, was pumping out. I was like, man, this is gorgeous. Why am I even thinking about upgrading? Well, for starters, there's a whole heap of reasons why I need to upgrade from that projector. Yeah, I will go into that in other videos, but yeah, I definitely need lens memory and lens shift and a sharper I mean, talking about the sharper image, now looking at this picture here, it is definitely not as sharp as the 6050 UB. I'll tell you now. Earlier on in this video, I said that my mate saw it straight away when we swapped it over, and I didn't really see it back then, but now I've been using it. Yeah, I can see it does look softer. It does look softer. But having said that, my projector, even though it is also 1080p, seems to be sharper, and I'm focused it in as good as I can get it and so forth. But anyway, guys, let's swap it over. Let's put my projector, the EH-TW4500, on and see what you think about that. Okay, so this is my projector. This is the Epson EH-TW4500, and straight away I'm going to tell you, I'll be upfront, it's a bit of a shock to the system how dim it is. It's like, you know, using your projector and putting it straight onto eco mode or something like that. It just drops the light down dramatically. But like I said before, I will get used to it, and it won't take long, and I'll be loving the hell out of this thing. I mean, the colors don't seem saturated anymore or vibrant. It does seem a little bit dull. But guys, when I'm watching a movie, I'll definitely be into it, and I'll be loving the black levels more than anything, I think. Yeah, so that's it basically in a nutshell. I'll tell you one thing though. I will say one thing. I think my projector, this one that we're watching now, is sharper. I'm just looking at certain scenes. They just look sharper than, you know, there was a scene where a girl was walking through a field. This one here, on the other Epson that we were watching, my friend's Epson, that girl, to me, she looked like, and that one there, she was a little bit out of focus. And I've gone back and I've tried to kind of focus it as best as I can on the other projector, and that was as good as I could get it. And yeah, but on mine, she's pretty sharp. She's super sharp, and loving it. I'm loving it. I'm not looking at it thinking, man, is my projector out of focus? But no, it's a good thing. I reckon as soon as I'm watching a movie or two and I've got those black bars happening, I'll actually be enjoying it a lot more as well. But yeah, guys, so I don't know. I do want to upgrade this projector. I don't know what I'm going to get. It might be the 6050 UB. It might be the LS12000. That is Epson's laser projector that they just brought out. But listen, I shouldn't have said that. It's probably not going to be that laser projector that Epson has just brought out, because I cannot bring myself to buy something that is destined to fail. The fact that it will one day die, the laser source will die, and I know it takes 20,000 hours. That's not the point. The fact is that it will die and you cannot fix it, and that doesn't stand right with me, you know, especially with my channel as well. That's the whole point with my channel, is repairing things and giving things new life. The thought of paying $9,000, and that's how much they are. It's just been announced in Australia, $9,000 for the LS12000 Epson. And the fact that it will die and you cannot replace the laser source. I mean, when a bulb goes in the 6050 UB, you go out, you pay $60 and you stick another bulb in it, right? I mean, how easy is that? That's fantastic. In fact, you could actually replace the bulb every year in that projector if you wanted to, and it would be economical. But yeah, it'll be. I'm just going to wait and see. Basically, if people come back saying that it has black levels, you know, in comparison to the JVC NZ line of things, then I'll look into it a little bit more seriously. Plus, it doesn't have 3D. I want 3D in a projector, so there's a lot of people whinging about that. So who knows? I don't know if they can add 3D with an update or anything like that. I've heard that they can, but whether that's possible or not. See this scene here with the girl? On the other projector, my mate's projector, it just seemed a little bit out of focus. But on mine, they just seem more in focus. But this scene here, I like this scene, so let's finish this video on this scene. So guys, please, if you want to see me building my cinema, please subscribe and you know, check it out. Give me some egging on, tell me your thoughts and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, anyway guys, I'm going to end it. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.